Hello, welcome back to Tarot Time with Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedly. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and thank you for the super thanks. So I have a new camera angle here. I'm just doing it for this particular spread because I'm going to be taking up a very large space here. A little bit different way of reading, a little bit deeper. It might be a little bit longer of a read, just FYI. So Johnny Depp has a new lover, his former lawyer from his UK trial, and her name is Joelle Rich. Just FYI, lawyers are in the top 5 or so of psychopathy. Not a fan of them. Not all of them are. Cannot judge too much, but she's married. She's going through a divorce. I don't know if she has kids or not because I haven't done any research into her. It's best that I don't. I just know her name and that she was a lawyer for him. And that there's, they're pretty hot for each other. And so it's kind of concerning. I think it's a bad move. But anyways, people will do what they will do. Hopefully it works out for both of them. Hopefully it is what they both need. Personally, I don't think he needs anybody but himself. I think he really needs to be grounded in himself. So that he doesn't need any validation from a woman or the comforts of a woman. He really needs to have that self-love in himself. I think that that's why people tend to jump into relationships because of the loneliness. They're not comfortable being alone. So let's get some cards on it. Here we go. Joelle and JD. Joelle and JD. Has a nice ring. Here we go. 7 of Cups. Yes, they're in a fantasy land right now. Their head is in the clouds. Yeah, that's what happens when you're newly together and they think it's a great choice. They've made the choice to be together. It's also, is it real or is it fantasy? So they will eventually have to face reality. Their actions are guided by the illusion of love. And there is some uncertainty with it because it's a 7. So there is some uncertainty. It is a fantasy land. Yes, it is. I'm going to now get to the bottom of the deck subconsciously. Subconsciously, I don't think it's going to work out with the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is she may end up becoming kind of jealous and domineering and argumentative. She is a lawyer. Fiery temper. She will likely maybe get out of control, and it's kind of lacking professionalism. Oof, yes, because she is his lawyer. And she's not managing too well. She's not managing too well, so that's subconsciously. So subconsciously, he may kind of feel this, but he's not willing to admit it. He's too caught up in this fantasy, this illusion, head up in the clouds. Not good energy at all. Okay, the center of the deck, I'm going to go with that now. I have 4 of Cups, and it's because he feels something's missing in his life, and he's tempted. He was tempted probably by her sexuality. The Queen of Wands is the femme fatale. She is the seducer. She is also someone who likes to rise up the ranks in society. She is fiery. She is hot. She is probably tempted him with her sexuality. And he felt that he was missing out on something here with the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups is all about apathy, not having any pleasure, feeling burned out, tired, tempted by someone or something, which was her and her sexuality and her femme fatale energy of what she can provide him. Yes, but she will turn most likely for entertainment and allegedly's. I don't want to be sued by a lawyer for allegedly and entertainment purposes only. She will get angry. She will be very domineering and controlling. After all, she is a lawyer, like I said. So now I'm going to start pulling from the beginning, from the middle here. And this is why I wanted a very big space here. So right here we have here what will go on in the center of the situation here. We have 8 of Swords in reverse. What they really need to do is take a step back from each other with the 8 of Swords. This is, really he was feeling like he was a prisoner in his own mind. And this is a way to release that feeling like a prisoner in his mind. It gave him a sense of relief. Yes, overcoming the situation by removing my own inner prison, my own self-victimhood, feeling really, you want to get out of that whole victim mindset, and so he felt she was his solution. And then we have here the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands in reverse. So with the 7 of Wands in reverse is looking for something better. He thought he was looking for something better. He needs to build himself up. He thought maybe she was the one to build himself up. It's also the position of not having the upper hand. So I would say her femme fatale energy is what's driving this, and the seduction of the Queen of Wands, okay? And it's also about the Seven of Wands is kind of having low boundaries. He's got low boundaries. I've talked about his boundary issues before. He has low boundaries. He still has low boundaries. In order to get out of his mental prison, he uses women to get out of his own mental prison. Really bad decision. I'm going to calculate those two because it's important to me sometimes to calculate, and I have my calculating book here. So that comes to 15. 15 comes to 4 of clubs. He feels like he just got lucky. The 4-leaf clover. He feels like he got lucky and he can celebrate now. The celebration card is basically, it's the 4 of Wands. It's a good home and work environment. So he currently thinks that she will provide not only a good home environment, but a good work environment because she was his lawyer. 4 of Wands is all about good home work environment, as well as feeling free, getting that feeling of freedom and stability. He feels, since it's a 4 is about stability, building a foundation when things have been feeling rather stale. He's tired of the stale energy. He likes that fiery energy that she gives him. It makes him feel alive, pulls him out of that mental prison, and he's got low boundaries. So, but there's still, he feels like he's certain here because the 7's in reverse. He feels certain. He's not willing to wait. 7's upright is about waiting. He's not willing to wait. Okay, he's not willing to wait because he wants to heal. He wants to heal his broken heart. He wants to mend his heart. He feels that she will be the solution to his broken heart from betrayal, from pain and suffering and communication issues. He feels they communicate well and that they can heal. She can heal bad marriage on her end, I guess, and that the two of them together can heal through their low boundaries. Through their low boundaries, they can both mend each other's broken heart. And then we have here on this side, the 3 of Cups in reverse. So because they've lost connections, they've lost support, they don't need to get out. So they're kind of hanging out together in isolation. They're not really involving a lot of people. They're just staying together. This is a card of people who actually need to get outside. So I think they're locking themselves up, thinking that each other is the solution to heal themselves. So this is using another person to validate yourself and using an outside source outside of yourself to heal yourself, which is the wrong way to truly heal yourself. It is the improper way of healing yourself, but unfortunately, that's what most people do because they're not self-aware of what they truly need to do. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So this here is that mastery skill of work. She has been his lawyer, his working lawyer, but she hasn't been with this last case. So this is probably why she thinks it's a good idea. But it's not. It's low boundaries. It's non-professionalism here. And their heads up in the cloud because they both were tempted, because they're both feeling brokenhearted from past love. And poor communications with friendships or loss of some connectedness here, releasing that inner prison, that mental prison, and thinking it's a good idea, but it's poor growth, poor expression because it's a 3 in reverse. The 3 in reverse is all about creation, expression, and growth. So it's not the best angle to go. It's not going to create much growth here. It will not grow and mend their heart. It really will not. It is not the solution to healing. They think it's a solution to healing, but it truly is not. I'm going to push this here because it's going to get deep here, you guys. Here we go. I'm going to push that there. Okay. So they have this difficult decision here with the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is they were kind of feeling indecisive. Is this just fantasy? Is this just an illusion? The moon is behind them. We have some difficult decisions to make. She has a difficult decision, which is the divorce. It is sort of an intellectual crossroads with that sword, taking off the blindfolds and seeing clearly, trying to judge between your head and your heart. Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right duality because it's a 2? Are we doing the right thing? So there is some self-doubt there. I would say there is emotional and mental doubt, not certainty. Even though they've got the low boundaries, thinking this might be my healing solution. And then over here, they're both very inspired. They're inspired. That fish that jumps out of that Page of Cups card is about being inspired, feeling young, emotionally young again, vibrant. So they're bringing back this emotional vibrance and feeling super inspired, that they are inspired, even though they've got this difficult decision between their head and their heart. Should we truly be doing this? So the Page of Cups is all about, feeling kind of timid in the decision. They're inquisitive with each other, feeling a little bit restless. They're at this early intellectual stage with each other. We got here the Page of Wands in reverse with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Wands in reverse is all about basically negative announcements. They know some people may not like it because she was a lawyer. It's also about the early stages, and they're not ready to act. They don't necessarily want that message being sent out, so it got put out. They're probably not super happy about it. They know there's going to be maybe some obstacles and opposition going on. It is seeking a new path. And it could be kind of spiritual, because this is a position where it could be feeling a little bit like a spiritual relationship, not having to juggle work and play with each other because she's not currently his lawyer, didn't work on the last case. But with the Two in reverse, with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, that is also dropping the ball. Dropping the ball, not able to balance their energies very well together. The flame could go out. Because some negativity might come their way too much, could come from Amber and probably her trolling him and hoovering, might make it too difficult to keep going. Because upright, you're able to cope with the situation. Here is being able to not cope. So they may end up running into problems of not being able to cope. So this is here possessing one another. They like the idea of possessing one another. Four of Pentacles. She could be after his wealth. The low boundaries to get some of the wealth. Possession, that is the greedy miser card with the Six of Cups. With the Six of Cups, that is about reconnecting the past. That's feeling very nostalgic. So they're feeling very nostalgic about the previous lawsuit. So there's that nostalgia, that past that they shared, and possessing that nostalgia over previous events that they went through together to bring back stability into his life. So he's very nostalgic about how he helped her before. But we've got here the Six of Swords. Yeah, he was in a very stuck position, and she was able to help him with that lawsuit. And he feels, and she feels, she was ideal for that situation with the High Priestess upright. High Priestess upright is having that inner knowing and having clear intentions, good intentions. Her intentions were very good when he was in a very stuck position. She helped him out of that bind, and it's very nostalgic. With that Four of Pentacles, she helped him try to gain stability. And so that stuck position, he feels that she is ideal for him because of that situation. But he was at that time, he was at a full burnout with the Ten of Wands in reverse. He reached full burnout. He was at a full burnout mode in that stuck position, which gave him some strength, a feeling of strength, because she was there with gentle strength to help him. And he was able to do a Two of Wands, plan and chart a path. She helped him plan and chart a path. But what ends up happening here is the Ace of Swords in reverse with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. He will find out it was poor judgment. It was poor judgment. The relationship's going to be poor judgment with the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's going to be mental blocks, things not coming to fruition, and seeking greater clarity. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse is basically, with the Pentacles in reverse, is learning from past failure and learning it's about procrastination of actually coming to his true self with awareness and opening up his crown chakra, really getting connected spiritually with himself. This would be the ideal position you'd want to see Johnny in, where he could see super clearly, cutting through the clouds, standing his own. Even though it's young teenage energy, it's a new beginning. Basically, all pages is new beginning. This would be the ideal position I would want to see him in, but it's not. It's in reverse. It's in reverse, so he may end up dropping the ball. The ball needs to be dropped because it's clouded insight. It is poor judgment. It is very poor judgment. So that is how I see it. Yes. Let's keep going. I can keep going. Here we go. Poor judgment. It's the benefactor card with the Ace of Pentacles upright. Yep. Propositions and benefacting. Who is it benefacting? Who is the benefactor here? Because someone's going to lose with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There you have it. Not a good idea. What else can I say? Yeah, so it's just not that prosperity. Proposition in reverse. Something you shouldn't have done because only one person's going to truly benefit here. It's not a duality of a benefit since this Pentacle's anchored with it. And then we have here, yeah, Ten of Pentacles. It's a positive legacy. He's reached full, abundance. He's very wealthy, but he did fall off his horse here. He fell off his horse, and it's basically with the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's unachievable aims, falling off your horse, and having it affect his positive legacy. He probably feels that she helped with build up that positive legacy from a negative feeling, but from all these other cards I'm seeing here, it's poor judgment. It's poor judgment here. And he truly is not in the position to make these romantic decisions because he's not in his own, he needs to be his own sword. He needs to be that new beginning of himself. And he really has not acquired that yet. He's not there yet. He needs to get here in order to do a clear decision, and it's not a clear decision. The Knight of Wands is all about, the Knight of Wands in reverse is consequences. He's going to deal with the consequences again. And we have here, it may end up taking a step back with the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yep, he was living in a nightmare. He was trying to take a step back from his nightmare and make a transformation and change, and he wanted it quickly with that horse, which represents speed and fast momentum. I'm going to calculate that. So that comes to 22. 22 comes a Six of Diamonds, hand in hand. Hand in hand is give and take. So it takes give and take, which is the Charity card, which is the benefactor card. Who is it benefacting? Who is benefacting most from this situation? That's back to this right there. Who is it benefacting? Who's going to get the most from this? I would say it would be the woman, the benefactor. They both think it will benefit them, be benefactors, but we have the Hierophant in reverse. It's rebellious. I don't see marriage happening. The Hierophant in reverse, it's not leveling up. They might do a lot of traveling with the Three of Wands, go abroad, do lots of traveling and enjoy each other, but I don't see marriage. So at least it doesn't look like he's going to marry her. So that's good. So then he may not have to be giving away so much of his wealth once again. We have here, yeah, coming to the end of the moon. So it's looking like that fantasy will come to a crashing end because then they will realize it's an unstable, it is not pure love here. This is the birds up there, that those represent love and purity. So he's going to realize that the shared fantasy, because the moon is shared fantasy, is going to come to an end after they've had a lot of fun travels abroad, enjoying themselves. It's kind of looking like this might be a transitional relationship. With the King of Swords in reverse, with the Knight of Cups in reverse, it's seduction, and it is cutting out the seduction. The Knight of Cups is the seducer. He's a seducer. He's seduction, seducer. He needs other people to regulate his emotions. And he's going to realize it was a piss poor idea. Piss poor idea, yes. And falling off his horse. No longer the slow and steady wins the race, but he will do it with love with the King of Cups, because that's just who he is. He won't be harsh and cruel when he does it. He will realize it's a bad idea, but he will do it with love. And it was worth the try with the Eight of Pentacles. It was worth the try, but we cannot manifest what we want with this. So basically, this here is going after and achieving and making it exactly how you want it, but it's in reverse. Cannot make your dream a reality. And this is also an incurable position. He has some issues that he has not fixed. Okay, so here you have the power to change your life. This is not going to change his life. Okay, upright, you need to cure an illness. Okay, this is being able to cure an illness. He has some issues here. This is not going to fix his issues of his broken heart and some of his addiction issues. So he's going to need to work on himself. He's going to need to develop a plan, because this plan is not going to fix him. That is how I see it. I hope you guys enjoy this. Till next time, like and subscribe. Bye, you guys.